welcome back to GlowChat, a podcast all about skincare, self-care and everything in between, brought to you by GlowFound. I am your host Vic and I am here with the founder of GlowFound, Claire.
Hi.
Hi Claire, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
What has been happening at GlowFound this week? Fill me in all the news.
I feel like we've had a really good week. So we have nearly doubled our membership from in the last month, which I am...
For the GlowFound Collective.
For the GlowFound Collective, which I am beyond excited about, and I'm really thankful for the support, and I think it's just really nice to see the community coming together.
Yeah.
We have also created our private Facebook group.
Amazing.
So we've invited all our members to that, and that's going to be a space for people who can just talk about skincare, maybe meet new people online that are like-minded, and we just have a bit of a girly chat. It's kind of what I see.
And really just talking about different products that you'd be using, you know, what type of skin type and things like that you have as well, because you're going to find that people are going to be able to relate, like, oh my God, that's you're describing my skin, like what products have you been using, or what products have you tried and really haven't worked for you, because we're as much about that rather than just trying to tell people, oh, you need to use all these products. You know, it's about what ones are not going to work for your skin as well.
So that's what's been going on. We have been looking at our toners, so we were doing a bit of an audit of like what we've got on our curation, and we realised we have toners, but we really just have Anua, which are great toners. Love them.
I love the milky toner. It's really, really good.
I love the toner pads. I'm a huge fan of Anua, but I'm like, actually, we need to create a little bit more variety. So we will be having the White Rabbit toner on the website, which I'm really excited about. And it's a Scottish brand.
Yes. We had the founder Mel on the last episode. If you haven't checked that out, go and listen to it, because it was just such an interesting story. She's been around for, was it 10, 12 years or something?
Yeah, 12 years. She's been in retail. She's come out of retail. I mean, like, it's pretty, see, when you think about it, it's pretty bold. Like, she was in Harrods Beauty. That was huge. And actually, she made that decision, what was right for her business. I think that's like, it's bold, but I love it.
Yeah, really ballsy.
Really ballsy. Yeah, but like the best way. So that was a really good interview, and then we're actually going to be testing in April. So this month we are testing the White Rabbit eye cream. Which retails for $24.99, but GlowFound Collective members, they pay $8.99 a month and they get it for free.
Amazing. And it does kind of seem like a bit of a catch. Like, is that really? It's like, have you thought this through?
Yeah, no, I got asked that the other weekend. My friend was like, "How do you make money?" And I was like, "You don't need to know.
We'll worry about that later." So that's what you get for your April product. Full-size product as well. And on top of that, the other benefits for being a member of the GlowFound Collective are you get 20% off everything on the GlowFound website. So all your kind of big K-beauty brands like Anua, Skin 1004, loads of other ones, and then loads of like really good Scottish skincare brands as well.
Really good brands. Like, I've had a lot of really positive feedback about the Raven Botanicals oil to milk cleanser. You get kind of entered into a giveaway every month. So last month we did £100 worth of free products, and April to be confirmed. And you also get early access into our events, which are great. You should definitely really come along. And you also get access to content that isn't on the main website. So Lucy, who is also part of GlowFound, she has background in nutrition. So she's doing a series on like what you should be looking at from a diet point of view to help with your skin.
Yeah, amazing.
Great.
That's really interesting, isn't it? Yeah, because that's the thing about GlowFound. We're not just about, use these products and, like your skin is going to improve, because, we are so much aware that, there could be a lot of other things. It's all about kind of like what you're putting into your body and things like that as well. And, stress, sleep, all these other things as well. It's not just about, you could have the best skincare routine in the world, but, if all these other things in your life you aren't really looking after them, then there's only so far that skincare is actually going to take you, isn't it?
Yeah, I definitely feel like it's much more of a holistic approach.
Absolutely. So this week for Wellness Wednesdays, this is a big thing with GlowFound, which, you know, I love that you've started this now. We want other people to get involved. So if you have been taking part in Wellness Wednesdays, just, you know, whether it's just like going out for a walk at lunchtime or, you know, booking, you know, a little treatment or something like that. What have you been up to this week?
So I went to Archerfield Fletcher Spa, Fletcher's Cottage Spa, and had a Himalayan salt stone massage, which was so good.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I feel relaxed just thinking about it.
Yeah, so I'd had it at. I'd got it for a gift at Christmas. This is not the Christmas one. And my husband Fergus, he'd gotten it and he'd gotten 90 minutes. And he was like, I think it's a bit long. It's not too long. It's never too long. It's never too long. So this time I went for an hour. But when I was there the last time, they were like, you need to get massaged more often, like your shoulder tension.
Did they tell you that, did you?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, you did.
You go back to saying your husband, I'm really sorry, but they have insisted.
Almost like medical advice.
Yeah.
And so I was like, right. And I have had that quite a few times when I've ever gone to a spa day. They're like, you've got so much tension. I also do like, I lift weights. I feel like I mentioned I do CrossFit quite a lot on this podcast. So I do know that I need to like either stretch more, but a massage is just a nicer way.
Oh, absolutely.
So I went for an hour and it was just lovely. Like, it's just such a nice
I take it this is like quite a relaxing massage. It's not like a sports massage when they like really go in and then you're just a bit in tears.
No, it's not. Although, right, I do get nervous. I don't know if anybody else gets like this. When you've got to put down your massage pressure and I'm like, I don't actually know. I just don't want to be crying.
Yeah. I have got a funny story about that actually.
Come on.
So I went for a massage once with my two best friends. So they were both either engaged or married or whatever. I was a single one. So when we got to the spa and they were like, so we've got like 3 therapists, we've got 1 male though, would that be okay? So the girls straight away, they were like, right, Vic, that's you. I was like, okay, that's fine. Doesn't really bother me. So it was a full body massage. So anyway, it was quite a young guy. And so that was fine. So in the massage, and he was like, is the pressure okay? And I was like, could you go a little bit harder? So anyway, he was asking again, is that okay? And I was like, I mean, honestly, it just felt like nothing was, I was like, no, to be honest with you. But there's only so many times that you can say, can you go a bit harder, you know? So, and then I had to roll onto my front and then he started at my feet. And so now it was okay when I was obviously like lying on my front because you can't see your face or anything, because there were so many points where it actually just felt like I was going to start laughing. But then obviously when you roll onto your back, and I was like, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh. And then he started at my toes, and honestly in my head I was like, this little piggy, he was just like wiggling my toes, and I was like, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh, don't laugh. And it was honestly, I felt more tense coming out of that massage because I was just trying the whole time not to burst out laughing. So it was a terrible massage.
Not great.
The girls came out and they were like, oh my God, I feel so relaxed. And I'm like, oh my God, that was awful.
I've got so much tension. See, women, just better.
Absolutely.
Just better.
So yeah, the tension is really all about that. So anyway, your massage was perfect.
It was great.
Yeah.
She was really good. And then they give you, like, when you go, you get a little, like, when you do your little pre-form, they give you like a little hot tea, and then afterwards you always get like a little something. So I had like a peach sorbet. So, oh yeah, that gets like bougie. And it's interesting because when I was there, you can tell like I'm just eavesdropping. There's like a little bar where you can try different products, which is where we got the idea. That's where I got the idea for our last event. But I was listening to two older women who, and I kid, they were rattling off the ingredients they were using. They were like vitamin C, retinol, collagen. Like they were like going through the entire list, and I was like, I think you're maybe using. In my head, I'm like, I feel like you're using too much because their skin, they didn't need it.
No.
But it was interesting listening to people, and they're like, oh, I just look for something that has like anti-aging on it, or I look for something that has like collagen, and you're like, actually, you do need somebody just to kind of talk you through what would be good, which is really hard to find.
Definitely, yeah. And not someone that's just going to try and sell you their entire range and things as well. Yeah, absolutely. More is not always more.
Yeah, more is not always more.
No.
But it was really interesting. But yeah, so it was great. Had a great time.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
So we were filming some content last week, and myself and my business partner Rachel in the Blytheswood Hotel in Glasgow, and it is my favourite hotel in Glasgow, and it is just a little staycation with your bestie. Is just...
You need it.
It's real self-care. So we were filming loads of content, and then we went down to the spa. You get, if you're staying in the hotel, you get free use of the spa first thing in the morning. And I just love the spa there. It is so, like, it's really dimly lit and kind of low ceilings. They have like a kind of pool, just a normal pool, and then they've got like a huge big hot tub. They've got steam room, sauna, and then they've got this new room, which is like there's snow falling. It is really weird, but I mean, it literally is falling from, it's, obviously the kind of like the cold therapy.
Yeah, I was like, what's it for? Is it just that kind of cryo
so,
cold?
Yeah. I mean, we didn't actually go in it. I'm not going to lie, we kind of chickened out of it, but
Gutted.
I know, but it looked great. It was very cool. And so that was just a great way to start the day. You just between 7 and 9 we were like setting the alarms early
like,
to
I'm
get
my
up.
use out of
Absolutely.
It. Yeah, I definitely enjoy like see when I get the content through and you like cause I have to go through and look at it. I always giggle. This like the Blytheswood, I was like literally giggling and was like I cannot wait until this goes out.
The absolute craziness that is sometimes when you're like filming content, and obviously like myself and Rachel, business partner, you know, because we're so in it and we look at so much content, you know, it's quite normal to us. But then sometimes we'll just like, you know, like if Rachel's husband like FaceTimes us or something like that, and we have to try and explain what we're doing. Yeah. And it's just like, Vic's just in the bath with like a face mask on, or sunglasses and a glass of champagne whilst on her laptop.
And I'm just taking pictures.
And it's just like this, it isn't normal. We do acknowledge that sometimes, but it's great fun. We just can't really complain like, we've had such a stressful week. Like, it's just been constant. It's just been absolutely non-stop. So
do you know what I think when you do a career that like maybe people don't expect, or you don't see like a lot of people, you do, people kind of like double take a little bit. So like, because we do a podcast together, I get a lot of like, oh, like you do a podcast, like, and you can see them like trying to work you out because it's not what they're expecting you to say or do, and it's just
it's not really a kind of normal like, you know, we're creatives now.
I know. I was like, I don't work in finance anymore. I'm creative.
I've killed it up.
I know. It is so much fun though.
Absolutely. When you don't actually feel like, you're going to work or anything like that. Doesn't. We just get to work with like really cool brands and shoot content, and it's
get
great.
Stuff done.
And we had the most amazing bathroom in our room as well. So it was just, you just film so much good skincare content. The lighting's perfect, and there's just marble everywhere. It's just the dream.
It's the dream,
really,
to be honest.
Yes. So Wellness Wednesdays, that was your massage. So Wellness Wednesdays are something that Claire has introduced to GlowFound, and just to anyone who wants to partake in it. And that is just taking a little bit of time midweek for yourself, whether that's going out for a walk or booking a massage, anything like that.
Take yourself out for lunch.
Yes.
This week Lucy's booked herself a tarot reading.
Love.
So I'm going to see, because like, obviously I'm not going to speak to her today, so I can't wait to find out how she found it.
Yes.
Because when I had mine, I was like, it was so accurate on so many different things that you couldn't like quite pinpoint. In the best way. So I'm intrigued to see how she finds it.
Amazing. Yeah, I've never done anything like that, but I love hearing stories. I don't know if I'm a bit of a wimp, but...
So they won't tell you anything bad. Oh, so sorry, they won't like... So the one I went to was like, I'm not going to tell you like, you know, death. And I was like, fine.
Oh, wow.
And they're not going to... If somebody comes through, they don't like do the whole like, somebody's here.
Right, okay.
So they won't do that. So they literally just like read the energy.
Interesting. Yeah, love that. So we can catch up next time about how Lucy got on. So also for Wellness Wednesdays this week, I booked a holiday. That was my like self-care for myself. So
where are you going?
We're going to Palma in July.
Nice.
And that is really treating myself when
Yeah.
I just love everything about like researching holidays and booking the holidays. And I've got a friend, Caitlin, she is like our in friendship group travel agent. You know, she has compared every deal. She's not an actual travel agent, she just takes it very seriously, so it's great. We just kind of assign that to her and she just sends us the bill with right, okay, this is how much you owe me. And yeah, it's great. So but then I just feel like, you know, the second that confirmation comes through, I am on Pinterest. I have like a new mood board for like, right, what is the outfit vibe going to be?
Oh, nice.
Straight on Google Maps, TikTok, like saving all my favourite places. That is really, I love everything about it. It's just like, I take it really seriously.
So I really like so we went to Paris last year. We stayed for a couple of days in Paris, and we went to Disneyland Paris, obviously. But I love looking at restaurants. So where's the restaurants going to be? Like, what kind of like, where are we getting our coffees? Where are we getting our croissants?
Where's the best brunch places, rooftop bars,
yeah, I didn't do that as much.
steakhouses.
Like, I missed that when when we went the last trip we did proper trip without the kids. Before kids was like we toured Tuscany. Yes. Florence has so many lovely rooftop bars.
Yeah,
like I would happily go back there. Goodness. But yeah, I'm the same. Like I love like I used to pre-kids be like, what's the mood? What's the vibe? Where are we going? What wine tastings are we doing?
Yes.
What food are we trying? I am going to Mallorca in July.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, but I booked it for a while. I feel like you're copying me.
I'm just so inspired by you, Claire. That's what it is.
It's not that at all.
Yes, absolutely. So that is Wellness Wednesdays for me was just like booking a holiday this week. So that's probably not going to be like a weekly occurrence, sadly.
I mean, that would be a bougie weekly occurrence.
Yeah, just like booking another holiday. But yeah, that really is self-care for me.
I love going. Like, I actually do think because it gives you something to look forward to.
Yes.
And you're going to get some sun. And we live in Scotland, so like when that's rare.
It's even get to the airport, like a little Bloody Mary, really spicy. That is just
Bloody
like
Mary person.
Oh,
really?
I have got so many people into drinking Bloody Marys.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I like mine like a 10 out of 10 spicy though. Quite often it's not, and I'm just like, just bring the Tabasco over.
I'll just do it
myself. But yeah, really, it's the best way to start your holiday. Either that or like Prosecco or champagne or something like that. I'd be okay with that as well. If they don't do Bloody Marys, I can deal with that. Yeah, but that second I'm hitting the airport,
you're like, holiday mode is on.
Absolutely. This week I was saying to you, I have been obsessing over A Love Story, the JFK and Carolyn Bessette love story, and it is so good. You haven't watched it yet?
No, but I've kind of seen it, and then I was like, right, I do really want to watch it. I'm currently like working my way through Drive to Survive.
Yes,
Just not
you were just discussing that.
I was like, we're both massive F1 fans. So I really want to watch it because it's meant to be amazing, and the style, the
minimalist, and I just love it. It was like the best era of the 90s, because the 90s had some terrible style,
questionable.
I had shell suits and everything was very bright and flammable.
Flammable, like no eyebrows.
Yeah, well, that is one of the. I mean, she has really thin eyebrows in it, so apparently that is coming back again. I don't think I'll be going down that road, but just like how minimal her makeup is, and really her skin had to be amazing in order to get away with. I think she just used to wear like tinted moisturiser. So I mean, if you have got amazing skin, then you can get away with that as well.
Yeah. Apparently she was the one that put Kate Moss in the Calvin Klein ads, and she also put Mark Wahlberg in the Calvin Klein ads. So she was like top notch style. I think she was doing like
she had a very good career as well. Loved that as well. And then the girl who plays her, she was at the Vanity Fair after the party after the Oscars, and of course she wore Calvin Klein. Amazing. So, she looked amazing though. Just like that whole era was just, they got it so good in the programme though. It's amazing.
Yeah, I do like I actually really liked the like simplicity of everything. Everything was quite simple. Your hair was more natural. Like
absolutely.
Everything was just a lot more like undone. The only thing I'm not excited about is like apparently Heroin Chic is back. like isn't him being real thin.
Yes.
Which I'm not really.
No.
I'm not made for that.
No, absolutely. My bone structure is
My
not
bone structure
made for
doesn't
that.
allow for that type.
No,
So
absolutely
we could
not.
go back to like body
Yeah,
positivity.
she looks amazing though. She doesn't look. No, she looks really good.
Are just if you've got that natural body type, I think that's totally fine. I think it's when you're like I mean, I watched the Ozempic documentary. People trying to get to there.
Yeah, it's so interesting, isn't it? But yeah, she looks amazing.
Yeah.
And a love story though. It's so good though. But just love it. So good. So in other news this week, it's been announced that Sephora is coming to Scotland. And I told you about this earlier, and you were like, what? I don't know
manifested this, by the way, because we
Yes.
said this in a couple of episodes ago, being like, we wouldn't give away the Sephora miss.
We were just like, why is there no Sephora in Scotland? It's just
Obviously
so
they listened
upsetting.
to it.
Exactly. They have just been straight on it. And it's coming to St James Quarter in Edinburgh and then also in Glasgow at Silverburn as well. So they've both got the H Beauty already. So they are really going to be, that's going to be like the
place to be.
beauty hubs.
Oh, I can't wait.
I know, I love Sephora because the foundation that I've been using, I got in New York last year, and it is the House Labs one, the Lady Gaga brand, and it is the best foundation. It is really, really good, but you can only get it in Sephora in the UK. So I just ordered it last week. So now I'm not going to have to pay for delivery, which is even better. It's so good. And I really want to try some other bits from that range as well because the foundation is so good. So really excited for that as well.
Cool. I need to find a new foundation. I sometimes feel like it doesn't go on as smooth.
Yeah.
So
I would definitely try the House Labs one. It's really, really light, but really buildable as well.
That's good.
And it is just really nice. It doesn't make, you don't feel like cakey or anything like that as well. I hate that kind of feeling where you can feel it on your skin.
But do you know, like, it's funny, like 10 years ago, that's what it was. Like, I remember.
We didn't have options. We had Dream Matte Mousse.
Dream Matte Mousse. It gets so much a shout out.
Yeah.
Or even, like, I remember, again, when I was in my corporate world and I would wear a foundation, I remember feeling like it's on my skin and it's quite cakey. And I remember also being like saying to Fergus, like you can't not go out without foundation. Whereas like now I'm like, I would much rather have nicer skin so I don't have to go out wearing foundation.
Yeah, that is really the goal, is to not really have to wear foundation or just like the tiniest amount of it as well. But that's really dependent on how much the skin is giving on any day-to-day basis.
That's true.
Yep. So we put up a question box on Instagram the other day saying that we're recording the podcast today and if anyone had any questions. So one of the questions we had was someone saying that basically the foundation that they use has SPF in it, and is that okay instead of actually having to add SPF into part of their morning routine? What do you think the answer is to this?
The answer is you need to have an SPF.
An SPF, yeah. The SPF in foundation is like a good bonus to have on top of your foundation, on top of your SPF.
Yeah.
But I was just telling you earlier, the amount of SPF that you are really meant to use. Do you know that?
No, I don't.
So, luckily enough, brought along a little
demonstrations.
This is the Purito one. This is on GlowFind and it's really good. It doesn't leave like a really white heavy cast on it. So the reason that you can't use or just rely on the amount of SPF in your foundation is because the amount of foundation you would actually need to use would just be ridiculous. You would really need to cake it on in order to use enough. So I am going to show you how much foundation or how much SPF you are really meant to use. So it is...
Oh my goodness. Right, okay, this is... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's far too much foundation.
2 fingers of SPF. That is how much you are meant to use in order. Didn't really think this through. I don't know what I'm going to do with this now, I'll be honest. I'm just going to have to rub this into my hands. But that is how much SPF you are meant to use every single day. Even on cloudy days, my hands are going to be well SPF today.
Yeah, totally fine.
But in order to get the right amount of coverage on your skin, that is how much you're meant to use. So that is why the SPF in your foundation is nowhere near enough. You know, it's like nice to add on afterwards, you know, obviously if you're going out anyway. But, you know, even on, this is not just when you're going on holiday or anything like that as well. This is just how much on a day-to-day basis, you know, just for all the environmental impact and everything like that, and even on cloudy days as well. So if you have any other questions that you want to send in,
Yeah.
Then have you been getting any other questions this week?
Well, do you know what questions I get a lot of? Have you got anything for anti-aging? I actually get that question like quite a lot. And it's interesting because I think people want one product, but actually you need like 3.
That's going to like reverse, and all of a sudden you're not going to have any
Yeah,
lines or wrinkles or anything like that.
And then I think, do you know what? I don't think there's going to be any creams out there that literally reverse all your wrinkles.
No.
But I think that what people don't realise is SPF is like your secret weapon.
Yeah.
Like it is really quite key to either just like reducing the speed of fine lines, I would probably
absolutely.
say. Vitamin C also really good, and it also boosts your SPF. So I think those two are always a combo. Really good for brightening.
Especially if you're using vitamin C, you really need to make sure that you've got SPF in your routine.
Yeah, and you should do it in the morning. So it's interesting. I had a friend and she's like, I use the vitamin C at night. And I was like, no, you should be doing it in the morning, and then you need to like combine it with an SPF. But again, like people don't know that. Like I talk about this all the time. So yeah, it's easy for me to kind of say that. And then like a really nice hydrating moisturiser.
Yeah.
And again, if you're not looking for something super expensive, the Skin 1004 Probiotica moisturising cream is really good. I get so many good feedback points around about my skin feels amazing. It feels like really hydrated.
Yeah. And as much as that one is thick and you think this is going to go on, and it feels almost like a night cream, but actually when it goes onto your skin, it's fine to use during the day. It doesn't feel like a really heavy cream as much as it kind of looks like it though.
Yeah, like when I opened it up, because I'm like, this looks like it's going to be like really thick and heavy and rich, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if this is going to work for my skin, but it's actually really, really good. It reminds me a little bit of the Beauty Pie Super Healthy moisturiser, a little bit in terms of like consistency. And that's they're lovely products. And I also get a lot around people who either have had like they're breastfeeding or they're pregnant and they're dehydrated, their skin feels really dry.
Right.
So I had like a customer and we recommended the hyaluronic acid that we tested, the Inky List one we tested in January.
Yep.
And then with the Probiotica moisturiser, and she sent me a message like, she was like, within 2 days my excessively dry skin and my chin is just completely cleared up.
Wow.
And that's the thing, like, so when you're like pregnant or breastfeeding, like children suck the life out of you.
They take all the good like nutrients and everything.
Bits out. So you tend to be really dehydrated. So things like that, like a really good hyaluronic acid. But again, Inky List is not expensive.
No, it's really reasonable, isn't it?
So I think they're the other things that come out. But I'm actually really enjoying people asking questions, and then we get to help them come up with a routine. So,
and I think it's just having that feedback as well. Like, how did this work for you? You know, because then it means that, you know, the next person that comes and asks you that kind of question, that, you know, we can say with a lot more confidence.
Yeah. So like if anybody's ever like unsure, then like, you know, happy to just drop us a DM on Instagram, and we'll always come back and like ask a few questions, but we'll always come back with some recommendations.
We really want to like help people tailor a skincare routine for them, rather than just like putting them in a box and saying you have this one type of skin, this is the type of products, you know, because some people are maybe going to have, you know, a kind of combination of different skin types as well.
Yeah, and I think as well, like, so people and it also depends, like so obviously we were speaking to a White Rabbit last week, and she was saying her mum's allergic to rosemary. So like the products might be great, but if you've got like an allergy, then that's something that like, you know, you need to kind of think about into your routine. And it's really hard because I mean, spending time going through the ingredients. Whereas like, especially
when there's so many ingredients that you obviously don't know what they are.
So like we spend the time, so like actually if somebody's come in, they're like, I'm actually don't really work with this type of product, before we recommend, I always go through all the ingredients and make sure I've done like a thorough check of whether they have that before we recommend anything.
So if you have any skincare questions, or maybe you've had a kind of reaction to any kind of like skincare products and things like that, and want to check with any products before you actually buy anything, then just drop us a DM, and we're really more than happy to actually kind of like say, actually, no, don't use this product, you know, because we would rather that than people, you know, trying a product and it just doesn't work for them as well. Definitely.
And also like, because we're trying to get to 50 members in our GlowFound collective, the first 50 members get an additional free product. Amazing. So what we've been doing is we've been recommending people when they've wanted what would work for their skin. So we actually give something that's a bit more tailored.
Rather than just like one specific product that's maybe not going to work for everyone.
Yep.
Exactly. So if you are looking to join the GlowFound Collective, you can just head over to glowfound.com and all the details are there. It is $8.99 a month. As I said, you get like 20% off everything on the website, as well as free products to test as well, and just join a really nice community, nice events and things like that as well. So you can join up on the website today. And that is it for today. Remember, if you have any questions, any skincare questions, anything that we can answer on the podcast next week, then just let us know. But make sure you're following us on socials at GlowFound Official. Thanks so much for watching today, and we'll see you again soon.